Setting goals has been the thing that has changed my life the most in these past years, and I never really understood why. What is the magic behind goal setting? Why does all of a sudden your life get meaning just because now you have goals to achieve? Why is goal setting so good? And why does everyone preach it? Thankfully, after all these years and a lot of learning, it finally clicked. Today, we are going to talk about why goal setting is so important for your life, why everyone should set goals, why everyone should write down their goals. And then I'm going to finish with my process of setting goals. So let's get into this. The reason why you want to set goals. The reason we want to set goals is because in life there's a million of paths that we can take, and we never know which one is the most appropriate for us. Think of it like a GPS. Without a destination, the GPS will show you no route. Without a goal, there is no path. Humans are always chasing something, no matter how arbitrary or how reasoned it is. Think about it. If you are living paycheck to paycheck, you are still chasing something. You are still going to work every single day in order to achieve the goal of getting that paycheck at the end of the month. So it just becomes a cycle. It's not something that is written down. People don't just say, oh, I'm chasing my next paycheck, or my goal is my next paycheck. But that is indeed what they are working towards. And when the end of the month is coming, you feel happy because you know that your work is going to pay off and that you are going to receive your paycheck. And then when the paycheck comes, you feel satisfied because you know that your reward for your work has been given to you, and then it just becomes a monthly cycle. One detail that I want you to note is that you feel positive emotion when we are approaching the end of the month, but you only feel satisfaction when the end of the month hits. It's proven that you only achieve positive emotion when you are closer to achieving a goal, and not really when you achieve a goal. Because when you achieve it, you feel satisfaction, and after you achieve it, the question that is inevitably going to come is, okay, what's next? This is why we want to set goals, because without goals, there is no clear path in front of us. We don't know when we are taking the right steps and when we are taking the wrong steps. You will have a new hierarchy of values where you will understand what is bringing you closer to your goal or what is pushing you further away from your goal. Like if you have a clear, intense goal that you want to achieve, probably scrolling through Instagram is not going to be high on your value list of things that are taking you closer to your goal. And so most probably when you notice that you are just scrolling through Instagram, you are going to feel a little bit of negative emotion. When was the last time that you felt truly happy? Think about that for a moment. What happened to make you that happy? And when was the last time that you felt truly sad? What happened in that moment to make you so sad? At the core, you will understand that you are happy when you are closer to achieving the life you want to achieve, the ideal life that you want for yourself. And you will also understand that you feel negative emotion when something that challenges that ideal life comes up. That's why taking a loss in trading hurts. That's why failing a prop firm hurts. That's why when the stock market is going down, people feel fear. It's all about emotional attachments to their goals. And this is normal because you are always going to have an emotional attachment to your goals. They are your personal goals. And that's why you want to set goals. In order to feel positive emotion, in order to be able to know rationally when you are closer to achieving a goal, when you are closer to achieving that ideal life. Lay your ideal life in front of yourself, write it down, demand that from yourself. Where do you want to be in the next 5 years? Where do you want to be in the next year? What is your ideal future? Write that down and then break it down into smaller goals. What do you have to achieve in order to achieve that bigger goal of the life that you want to live? Lay out a vision for yourself. Now onto how I set goals. I have different sets of goals. I have a 10-year vision, a 5-year vision, yearly goals, and so on. But let me explain. I structure them by having an ideal life in my mind and written down. And I think, how am I going to achieve that ideal life? And I start breaking it down into smaller achievable goals. I have some long-term goals too, but mainly my goals are yearly. This is because when we are talking long-term, maybe 5 years, 10 years, I would rather have a vision of what I want to be doing instead of written down goals, because those are always going to be changing. We don't know where we are going to be next week, and because of that, I have some long-term goals, but they are mainly focused on yearly goals. And then 5 years and 10 years, they are mostly a written down vision. My yearly goals are then dedicated into achieving that 5-year vision. So what goals can I set this year in order to, in 5 years, being in the position I want to be in? And that's how I start setting my yearly goals. Maybe half of my yearly goals are very ambitious in a way that it is going to take a lot of hard work in order to achieve those goals. And a little bit of luck is also involved. These goals will always keep me entertained. I also have achievable goals, which are normally like an end point. And what does this mean? It means that after I achieve these goals, I need to stop for a minute and think, okay, what am I going to achieve next? These can be backtesting goals, ASR goals, trading plan goals. All these things are things that you know when you've finished it. And then afterwards you need, okay, what am I going to backtest next? Or what process am I going to focus on next? But they are basically a stepping stone for my 5-year vision. My yearly goals are then broken down into actionable steps. And this is when I start setting out quarterly goals. These quarterly goals are the answer to the question, what can I achieve in these next 3 months in order to be closer to achieving these yearly goals? I put high focus on this because we can achieve a lot in these 3 months, and the more you have to do, the more goals you have to achieve, the more productive you will be on a daily basis. Every month, I do a brief overview of everything I have to achieve every quarter, and then I break it down into smaller goals, and I put close deadlines like 1-2 weeks with dates, so my month is structured. This is important because it organizes your month. It gives you a structure to your month and your day from now on, because you'll know what you have to do every single day because you have a closed deadline, and you'll be more productive. And you will also feel more positive emotion because you will understand that you are closer to achieving those monthly goals, those quarterly goals, those yearly goals. And then that means that you're closer to achieving your vision. And all these things are going to be a good cycle in your mind for you to feel positive emotion, no matter how small. For example, when I was backtesting, I knew that I wanted to backtest 3 years twice on every single pair that I trade, which is 4, meaning that I had a total of 24 years to backtest in a span of 3 months. That was my quarterly goal. And if I wanted to do that in 3 months, it meant that I had to backtest 8 years every single month, which means that I had to backtest at least 3 months every single day in order to achieve that quarterly goal. And this fueled me. It made me wake up and know that I had something very important to do. I still set daily goals that are usually very similar, but that's perfectly fine and normal. And it just gives me a structure to my day. It gives me a list of things that are important to do that I can tick off. And then I know that if at the end of the day I've ticked every single daily goal off, I'm closer to achieving all those goals that are up in the hierarchy. And as we've talked about previously, it gives me positive emotion. Now, let's go on to the 7 areas of my life where I set goals on. The first one is career and business. What career do you want to follow? What is the next step in your career? This is the area where you set goals on your professional life. Finances. What do you want to achieve financially? Is it a certain amount of net worth? Do you want to get rid of your student debt? Do you want to have a certain amount saved up? This is the area where you set goals on your finances. It's straightforward. Education. What do you need to learn in order to get further in your life? Do you plan on taking any courses? Do you plan on finishing any courses? Do you plan on going to uni, on finishing uni? Anything that is focused on your education, this is where you set your goals on. For relationships, do you need to be a better son, a better daughter? Do you need to be a better friend? Do you need to cut out toxic people from your life? These are the type of goals that you need to set in this relationship section. Personal growth. What do you want to improve on personally? Do you need to overcome a fear? Do you need to become more disciplined? This is the area where you set goals, where you are mostly focused on your internal growth. Health and fitness. Are you going to start following a more strict diet? Are you going to lose some weight? Are you going to put on some weight? Do you need to go more to the gym? This is a section where you put those goals on. Spiritual growth. Do you want to start a meditation habit? Do you want to be more grateful, more present? This is the area where I struggle to find a little bit of more goals, but I still manage to squeeze in one or two. And then I make sure to reward myself. Make sure that you have something to look forward to when you achieve a goal. This will boost your energy even more in order to achieve that goal. If you want my goal setting template, it is in the description. And if you want to join our Discord channel, the link is also in the description. Make sure to like the video if you liked it and subscribe if you think it's worth it. Check this video out where I go over a day in my life, and I'll see you next week. Peace.